Students, last time we studied about the lesson number 2, work and energy. We learned the concept work, energy, then mechanical energy, two types, kinetic energy, its formula and definition, potential energy, its formula and definition. Today we start the next point, transformation of energy. Can you tell which are the different forms of energy and which type of energy used in each of the following processes? So which processes are given? Some examples are given here. First example is a stretched piece of rubber. Second example is a fast moving car. Third one is the whistling of a cooker due to steam. Fourth example, the crackers exploded in Diwali. Fifth example, a fan rotating on electricity. Sixth example, drawing out pieces of iron from garbage using a magnet. Next, seventh example, breaking of a glass window panes because of loud noise. So, answer of the given this question, can you tell? We see on one paper. Check now. Answer, the different forms of energies are mechanical energy. There are two types, kinetic and potential, that we already learned. Then electrical energy, heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, sound energy, etc. Now given examples. Now which processes are given in our textbook? Now check that. First example is given, a stretched piece of rubber. Which type of energy used there? That is a potential energy. Second, fast moving car. That is kinetic energy. The third example, the whistling of a cooker due to steam. Then heat energy. The crackers exploded in Diwali. Chemical and heat energy. A fan running on electricity, so electrical energy. Then drawing out pieces of iron from garbage using a magnet, so magnetic energy. And last one, breaking of a glass window pane because of a loud noise, so answer is sound energy. All are getting? Now this is the question given for us, can you tell? So already we learned all this concept in previous standard. Now next one, energy can be transformed from one type to another. For example, the exploding firecrackers converts the chemical energy stored in them into light, sound and heat energy. Now observe the picture carefully. Complete the following diagram or map, like that question asked in the exam. Now carefully observe what is given in this chart. Transformation of energy. Now what is the first one? Mechanical energy and electrical energy. So mechanical energy convert into electrical energy with the help of electric fan or generator. So mechanical energy converted into electrical energy with the help of generator, and electrical energy converted into mechanical energy with the help of electric fan. Clear? Second example, that is electrical energy and heat energy. Electrical energy converted into heat energy with the help of heater or electrical heater, or heat energy converted into electrical energy with the help of thermocouple. Next, electrical energy and sound energy. So electrical energy converted into sound energy with the help of loudspeaker, and sound energy converted into electrical energy with the help of microphone. Next conversion given, that is electrical energy and chemical energy. Now electrical energy converted into chemical energy with the help of secondary cell, and chemical energy converted into electrical energy with the help of primary cell. One more conversion given, that is the light energy and electrical energy. Electrical energy converted into light energy with the help of electric lamp, and electric lamp converted into the light energy converted into electrical energy with the help of solar cell, or also called as photovoltaic cell. So these are the conversions. So what we are getting here? We are getting one form of energy converted into another form. Now observe the given figure and what conversion given there, that we already learned. Now next question asks for 2 to 3 marks. State law of conservation of energy. So 3 points are given. First point, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Second point, it can be converted from one form to another. And third point, thus the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. So all these combined together called as what? Law of conservation of energy. Now next point is given for your self study. So perform this activity at home. So actually this is the omitted part, that is no question asked on this topic, but if you are interested then perform this activity at home. Next, now free fall. I think most of the students visited to Yazoo Park. There is one free fall. So I think some students are enjoyed that free fall. So scientifically we learn what is the meaning of this free fall. Free fall. If we release an object from a height, it gets pulled towards the earth because of the gravitational force. An object falling solely under the influence of a gravitational force is called as free fall, or also called as to be falling freely. So answer is this. What is meant by free fall? So you underline this, make the bracket to these lines. See again, from here to here, that is called as a free fall or called as to be falling freely. Let us look at the kinetic and potential energies of an object of mass m falling freely from height h when the object is at different heights. Now see in the figure. As shown in the figure, 3 position A, B and C. As shown in the figure, at point A is at height h. Clear? Point A is here from the ground. Let the point B, capital B, be at a distance of x vertically below A. Let the point C on the ground directly below A and B. Let us calculate the energies of the object at these 3 points A, B and C. Now first one. First point. When the object is stationary at point A, its initial velocity u is 0. So kinetic energy is equal to, we know the formula, half into mass into velocity square. So half mu square, but u is what? Your initial velocity u is 0. So velocity substitute 0. So we are getting the answer. So what is the kinetic energy? 0. What is the potential energy? That is mgh. Mass remains same. Acceleration due to gravity, that is the same. And object at point A means from the ground level up to height h. So what is the potential energy? So total energy, we are getting the total energy here for kinetic energy plus potential energy. So 0 plus mgh, we are getting the first equation. So how much energy present at point A in that object? So total energy is mgh. Remember, at point A total energy is mgh. Next, now second, let the velocity of the object be vb. Vb means velocity of an object up at point B when it reaches to point B, having fallen through a distance of x. See in the figure, from A to B, x distance is given here and velocity considered as a vb. Now see the calculation. So initial velocity u equal to 0, all are getting, S means vertical displacement, that from A to B, that is the x, and A means nothing but acceleration due to gravity, that is the g. By using the Newton's equation, v square equal to u square plus 2as, substitute value. V means velocity at point B, so vv square is equal to initial velocity 0, so 0 plus 2as, but s is what? What is displacement? X. So we are substituting x, 2gx, so 0 plus 2gx. So vv square is what? 2gx. Next, kinetic energy is equal to, we know the formula, half m vb square. So what is the value of b? Vb square 2gx. So half into m into 2gx. So 2 get cancel, and we are getting the answer. Kinetic energy at point B is mgx. Now height of the object when at point B equal to what? H minus x. See in the figure. What is the height of the object from point C to B? That is total height h minus displacement, vertical displacement from A to B is x. So what is the distance between point C to B? That is h minus x. That value is substitute here. So height of the object at point B from the ground is h minus x. So potential energy equal to mg. And what is the height from ground? That is h minus x. Solve the bracket. Mg multiplied by h means mg, h minus mgx. Now total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. What is the kinetic energy we calculated here? Mgx plus substitute value of potential energy. So mgh plus minus mgx. Check here. So which value, which term is cancelled here? Mgx is cancelled, and what we are getting? Total energy at point B, that is equation number 2, is what? Mgh. At point A also we are getting, at point A also total energy is mgh. At point B also we are getting the answer, total energy answer is mgh. Now last point, third one. Let the velocity of the object vc, means velocity at point C, when it reaches the ground near the point C. So initial velocity 0. Now what is the displacement? That is displacement s is equal to h from A to C, and A is equal to what? Acceleration due to gravity. By using Newton's equation, substitute the value. So v square, that is a vc square. Vc square is equal to initial velocity 0 plus 2gh. S means nothing but vertical displacement from A to C, that is the h. So kinetic energy equal to half m vc square. So what is the value of vc? To 2gh, substitute here. So half m into 2 cancel here. So we are getting the answer, kinetic energy equal to mgh. Now the height, check that. The height of the object from the ground at point C is h equal to 0, because we consider point C is at ground level. So what is the height? No height is there, so height is 0. So substitute the value there. So potential energy equal to mgh. H is 0, so we are getting the answer 0. So total energy means kinetic plus potential energy. So kinetic energy is what? Mgh, and potential energy is 0. So 0 plus mgh is, we are getting the answer, total energy at point C is mgh, equation number 3. Now from equation number 1, 2 and 3, what we are getting? The same answer, that is total energy is mgh. All are getting? See there. So from equation 1, 2, 3, we see that the total energy of the object is the same at the 3 points A, B, C. So energy never changed. Only what happened? One form of energy converted into another form. Next. Thus, every object has a potential energy when it is at a height above the ground level, and it keeps getting converted to kinetic energy as the object falls towards the ground. On reaching the ground point C, that is showing in the figure on previous page, that is point C, all the potential energy get converted to kinetic energy, but at any point during the fall, the total energy remains constant. So check that. Total energy means nothing but potential plus kinetic. So total energy at point A, that is the potential energy mgh plus kinetic is 0. So answer is mgh. At point B, so mgx plus mg in bracket h minus, after solving we are getting mgh. Total energy at point C, 0 is the potential energy, means the object is at the ground level, so potential energy is 0, and kinetic energy is mgh minus mgh only, so answer is mgh. So total energy remains same at any point when object is falling from some height. All are getting? Next, last point of this lesson is power. Now think before you answer. First question is given, can your father climb stairs as fast as you can? Second, will you fill the overhead water tank with the help of bucket or an electric motor? And third question, suppose Rajashree, Yash and Ranjit have to reach the top of a small hill. Rajashree went by car, Yash went by cycling, and Ranjit went by walking. If all of them choose the same path means road, who will reach first and who will reach last? So think about these three questions. So I will show the answer on one separate paper. So what is the first one? First question answer is no, my father cannot stair as fast as I can. Second, overhead water tank can be easily filled with the help of electric motor rather than filling it with a bucket. And last one, third question given for us, while climbing up the small hill, Rajashree will reach first because she used car. Yash will reach second because he was used cycling, and Ranjit will reach third because Ranjit went walking. So car moves faster than cycle and walking. So all are getting the answer? Yes. So come back to our point. So today we learn the next point, that is what is the meaning of power. In the above examples, what we are getting? The work done is the same in each example, but the time taken to perform the work is different for each person at each method. The fast or slow rate of the work done is expressed in terms of power. What is the point given here? Check that. The fast or slow rate of work done is expressed in terms of power. So question is asked here, define power. So what is the answer? The rate at which the work is done is called power. The rate at which work is done is called power. So if W, capital W, that is the amount of work is done in time t, then power is equal to, therefore what is the formula of power? Power equal to work upon time. Symbolically, power indicated by P is equal to work, means W, capital W, divided by time is indicated by small t, that is the formula. Now what is the SI unit of power? So we know the formula of power. Substitute the value. So work is measured in a joule in SI system. So joule, and time is always measured in second. So joule per second is the SI unit of power, and that is called as what? Joule per second is called as watt. The SI system, the unit of work is joule, so the unit of power is joule per second, and that is called as a watt. What do you mean by 1 watt power? 1 watt power means when 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. When 1 joule of work is done in 1 second is called as 1 watt power. Next, in industry, In the industrial sector, the unit used to measure power is called as the underline horsepower. So horsepower is the unit used in industrial sector. So 1 horsepower, remember underline this. 1 horsepower means nothing but 746 watt. Next one. What is the commercial unit use? So unit of energy for commercial use. What is the for commercial purpose? What is the unit of energy? So answer is kilowatt hour. So what is mean by 1 kilowatt hour? Yeah, 1 kilowatt hour. So see there. 1000 joule work is performed in 1 second. It's called 1 kilowatt power. 1000 joule work performed in 1 second is called 1 kilowatt power. Next. Now your question is asked, prove that. Show that 1 kilowatt hour is equal to what? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. This is a question asked like show that. Prove that 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. So we know that 1 kilowatt hour means 1 kilowatt multiplied by 1 hour. 1 kilowatt means kilo means 1000. So 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt multiplied by 1 hour means 1 hour means 60 minutes and 1 minute means 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 means what? 3600 seconds. So what is the multiplication? So how many zeros are there? Total 5 zeros. 3, 6 and 5 zeros joule. If we write the answer in the power of 10, so 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule, that is the relation. So 1 kilowatt hour means nothing but 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. Now electricity used for domestic purposes is measured in unit or in units of kilowatt hour. Remember, electricity used for domestic purposes is measured in units of kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt hour means nothing but 1 unit. So all the students check your light bill and check there all these things are given or not. 1 unit means how much electrical energy, that is 1 kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt hour means nothing but what? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. Now next one. Now here what is given? Introduction to scientist. So actually if you are interested to read this information for your knowledge, but this is omitted from our syllabus. No any question asked related to this orange color box. For your information, you improve your knowledge, you read that information given there. Last one, to solve the numerical problems are given. First one, Swarali takes 20 seconds to carry a bag weighing 20 kilogram to a height of 5 meter. How much power has she used? So all of you know that how to solve the numerical problems. First of all, you write the given. Mass is given 20 kilogram, write separate lines. Height is given, h equal to 5 meter. A time is given 40 seconds. Now here in question, one mistake is there. Instead of here 20, actually answer information is given 40 seconds. Make the correction. And then afterward, now to find out here, first of all we find out the force, then afterward we find out the work, and then afterward power. We are using the 3 formulas. So first of all we find out the force equal to mg, mass is 20 and g value is 9.8. so answer is force is equal to 196 Newton. Now work done by Swarali to carry the bag to a height of 5 meter. So work done is equal to force into displacement. So force is that we calculated above 196 Newton, and height is nothing but 5 meter. Height means nothing but vertical displacement, that is the value of s. So 196 multiplied by 5, so we are getting the answer of work done W is equal to 980 joule. And at the last, therefore power is equal to work upon time. So work is 980 divided by time is given 40. So 1 0 get cancel. 98 divided by 4. So we are getting the answer. So power is here 24.5 and power is measured in watt, that is capital W. One more numerical problem given for numerical problem asked for the 2 marks. So write in that pattern. 25 watt electric bulb is used for 10 hours every day. How much electricity does it consume each day? So write down the given terms. Power is given 25 watt. So actually we electricity measured in which unit? Kilowatt hour, but here energy is given in watt, so we are converting into kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt means 1000. So then 25 divided by 1000. So your answer is in kilowatt. So 25 divided by 1000 means 0.025 kilowatt. What we find out? Electricity consumed. So therefore electricity consumed means nothing but power multiplied by time. That power is used how much time? So power we calculated here 0.025 kilowatt multiplied by time is given in hours. This time is not need to convert into seconds because power electricity measured in kilowatt hour. That's why watt is converted into kilowatt. Therefore, after multiplication, we are getting the answer. Therefore, energy consumed is 0.25 kilowatt hour. So, kilowatt hour means nothing but, anybody tell? That is also called as units. So, that much electricity, 0.25 units or kilowatt hour energy we consume. So, in this way, try to solve the numerical problems. Now, your assignment number 7, some questions given for you related to video number 7. State law of conservation of energy. Continue question number 16. Define free fall. Define power, write its units. Question number 18. Define 1 watt. 19th question. What is the unit of energy for commercial use? Next, define 1 kilowatt power. 21st question, show that 1 kilowatt are equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule, and the 2 numerical solved problems given, that you also write in your notebook. And exercise of this lesson, solve the exercise question numbers 2 and 3 for homework. These 2 questions for homework. I will give the answers of question numbers 1, C, D, E, F, and question number 5, A, B, C, D, E. Here 2 options A and B already given in the last time. These 2 answers are given last time. So in this way we finish this lesson number 2, work and energy. So see the video carefully and write your assignment questions with answers. Thank you.